What's up, you guys? So I'm just gonna make a quick and short video on how I am treating my orchid roots that have mold on them. I think it's snow mold. They're fuzzy. They are fuzzy and white. And I've got this one soaking in hydrogen peroxide. I've never done this before, hoping it works. I took a towel and I also soaked it in hydrogen peroxide and just cleaned off all of my leaves and a little bit here. I mean, you can tell that my flower is having a lot of wilting going on. So it's really gross. So I've let it soak and you can see it's still bubbling in there. I mean, that thing went crazy. I'm gonna do the same thing to another orchid that I have over here in my windowsill. This one actually looks beautiful. The flowers look great. I have a seed pod growing. I actually pollinated that myself. If you want to check out how I did that, I have a video on my channel about it. So this one is also having the same problem. Barely. But you can see that there's a little bit of fungus, a little bit of mold happening on these roots too. You can see the white in there. That is not good. So we're gonna do the same thing to this orchid and go ahead and soak it in this hydrogen peroxide. Try to make it a little bit better. Okay. So let's see, how is this one doing? It's looking a little bit better. I don't see too much. You can see there's still a little bit left of the white goo on it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all of this off with a cloth. So that's gonna take 2 hands, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and quit videotaping for a second. So I have finished cleaning my roots as best as I can. Should be free of all of that fungus, all of that mold. I cleaned out every crevice of the leaves as best as I possibly could. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it off so I can try to get any peroxide off that might be left over, because I don't know how the effects will be of it staying on there. I'm gonna try to do roots only. I don't want to get the leaves wet. If I do get them a little bit wet, it doesn't really bother me. Okay. So this orchid is also having some fungus or mold on the roots. I just undid these 2 places where I had it connected to this jar, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove it nice and easily. These are some new orchids for me that I just recently purchased from a very non-reputable dealer. They were cheap, and that's why I got them. But it turns out you get what you pay for. So it turns out you get what you pay for. I'm trying to get the best view here possible of the white mold beginning to grow here on this orchid. I think that they call it white snow mold or snow mold for short. But as you can see, it's not good. There's a good view. So I don't like that at all. It's not on my roots really. Over here it's just mainly on the stem. And I think that my problem is that I submerged the stem too long when I watered them. I've already filled this from my previous submersion. I'm gonna submerge it so I'm not wasting it, and then I'll probably do a nice clean one after this. So here you go. You can see that it's bubbling right where all the mold is. Bubbling a lot over there. Just bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. So I'm going to keep this under until it stops bubbling, and then I'm going to do a new fresh one. Ooh! There it goes. So I just finished soaking the orchid roots in this container, so then I wiped it off and I put it in a new container with more hydrogen peroxide just to double my efficacy of the hydrogen peroxide. In the meantime, I've got my jar that I typically keep my orchid in, soaking with a tablespoon of bleach and water, and I'm going to rinse that out real good before I put my orchid back inside of there. So just giving this a nice good soak, making sure that there's no more bubbles coming up before I take it out. So I just finished soaking, everything looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and take a nice clean paper towel and wipe these down really good, just like I did the last one. And then I will rinse it off the same way I did before. And after that, put it right back to its container and see how it does. I'll let you guys know. Okay, we're all done. Going back up on the windowsill now.